What was really interesting to me, Steve, the part that sort of blew me away after seeing some pro shows and a national show this year is the guys at the NPC level on the national shows are in better condition than the pros are.
Oh,
And that was wild to
really?
me.
And then it's just a matter of repeating the process. It's these beginners that really need to figure it out. And then the problem with beginners is they don't go as far as guys like you or Roman Fritz when it comes to competition. So you need to pull out all the stops at the end, the depletion and the loading and the GH and the diuretics and all that shit because they still need another 4 weeks of dieting, realistically.
Yeah, they're just guys aren't ready. That's what it boils
Mm,
down to. That's why
yeah.
that's something I've been playing with this year with my competitors. I've been getting guys in shape, really good shape this year, is being
Hmm.
more aggressive early on in the diet.
Yeah.
And then you know as well as I do, what does everybody say the week after the show? I wish I looked
Oh,
like this on stage. I look so much better. So
yeah.
I've been trying to have people ready a couple weeks out, and then I
Hmm.
start basically the peak week is a deload. Start
Yeah.
pushing the food back up, pull the cardio out, and then guys are just coming on stage looking fresh
Yeah.
and dry and peeled. It's amazing. I have to talk some dudes into it because they think doing less work is going to somehow make them worse when they get on stage, but it seems to be beneficial having them rest, do less
Hmm.
work,
No, I agree.
and
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Because the problem is, I mean, most guys just diet down towards the show. But if you're already 3, 4, 5 weeks early, and you slowly start phasing out the cardio and increase the food a little bit, you don't even need to do a crazy peak week. Maybe a little bit of water manipulation, but
yep,
the physique looks so much fresher. It doesn't look beaten down and strained, and some body parts fill out and other ones don't. So you have a full upper body, but still skinny, stringy legs. Right? But if you phase out the cardio, and because you were ready early, and slowly increase the food a little bit, and then just make sure that the body fat doesn't come back, you keep using something like Trendmaster and Winstrol to keep the skin
yep,
nice and thin, then I think it's a non-issue. But again, you have to tell these people that you have to be ready 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks early,
yep.
which also adds another 8 weeks to their contest prep. And not everybody's ready for that mentally anymore, it seems.
It's interesting to go watch a pro show, go watch a national show, and then go watch
Mm.
the local shows here in the US. I've been to
Ooh,
a lot of shows
yeah.
this year, but like the local shows
Mm.
is a microcosm of what we were just talking about. You'll see really two types of people on stage at the local shows. You'll see the guy that's been severely over diet and looks completely
Yeah. Hmm.
haggard. It looks like they just walked out of a concentration camp. They look horrible. And then you got the dudes that look like they're 8 weeks out. Very very
Yeah.
rarely. If you can nail your conditioning at a local show and you know how
Hmm.
to pose, this is what I tell my clients all the time. You got a good chance of winning.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. But it's in most countries. It's not only in the US. It's basically worldwide nowadays because everybody's on social media too busy about, how they look there. And then they get a ton of praise and compliments. When in reality, you got to shut it down and lock yourself up and only come out of your little bubble of life when your glutes are striated and your lower back is striated and you're fat free, right? The skin is like this thin, but
Yep.
everywhere. But it's too much
What was
work. And I
interesting to
get it.
me
I mean, I get it. I'm busy with social media too, but I'm not stepping on stage. So,
what was really interesting to me, Steve, the part that sort of blew me away after seeing some pro shows and a national show this
mhm.
year is the guys at the NPC level on the national shows are in better condition than the pros are.
Oh,
And that was wild to
really?
me. And I was talking to Justin and Todd about it, and Todd was like, "Yeah," he's like, "Half these guys know they're not gonna qualify for the Olympia, like 2/3 of them, and they're
Mm-hmm.
probably just out there for a contractual requirement, so they're half-assing their prep."
Could be. Yeah, that wouldn't
So
surprise me.
so I didn't even consider that with the pro guys. Like I was at the New York Pro. It was really interesting to me. And the open guys, like outside of the top five,
Mm.
a lot of those dudes didn't even look like they were close to being ready for stage.
Yeah,
Kind of
I know.
shocked me.
That's why I barely follow open bodybuilding nowadays. It's
But
it's boring to me, honestly.
but here I am at a national show and everybody's got shredded glutes.
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah, in some classes, especially in classic physique nowadays, where they still have to make weight, even though the weight cap is going up, I think.
Yeah, a couple
At least
pounds.
those
It wasn't
guys,
anything
yeah.
significant.
Do you think like some of these competitors knew? Because it seems that Chris Bumstead has been a lot bigger for a while, and Ramon Dino has been a lot bigger for a while, and Earl Skalsinski has been bigger for a little while.
I'm sure
And they're
they
all
told Bumstead, right? They had to.
I'm sure they taught like the top 10 or something because everybody was like gigantic this last offseason. I'm like, how the hell are you going to make it? You know, how the hell are you going to make weight? And then suddenly they announced, like, oh, weight cap is up a couple pounds. Like, these guys must have known.
I will say this though, when I was at the New York Pro, I saw what's his name, Michael Daboul, I think is his name, or
All right. Yeah.
Daboul, yeah, Daboul. The I think he's from Syria, the classic
Mhm.
guy. But my God, that guy was shredded. That was one of the most shredded human beings I've ever seen.
Yeah. No, these guys are absolutely crazy. I met Ramon Dino in Flex Lewis's gym before the Olympia last year. And I was like, fully loaded on hamburgers. And he was super depleted. And then everybody's like, you're dwarfing him. But his skin was paper thin everywhere. And he had his whole team, with him to help him change weights because he was so depleted. And then he still didn't make weight because he got an inch shorter. So they had to literally pull him, pull him, straight him out to make him gain an inch so he could weigh in a little bit heavier.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that. So he could make weight. That whole height thing is stupid. They should just certify your height when
Mm-hmm.
you get your pro card and you're done. So that way you know
Yeah.
what your weight cap is for the rest of your career.
Right. I agree. Because let's be honest, most of these guys will shorten a little bit when they start, taking the weight off because you lose a little bit of fluid in your spine. And if you use some
Right.
diuretics to get into, the weight class, then you're even shorter. So now you risk dropping, a height. So you have to weigh in a little bit less. So you think you're making it, but you're actually making yourself shorter. It's,
It,
yeah, it's a bit
it's
tricky.
it's silly at that level that they're actually measuring their height at a show. I mean, just come on, man. Just put it on their pro card. You're 5'9". That's what you are for the rest of your career.